Hello, I'm Chris Williams from Read Comics They're Bad For You, the name of my YouTube channel. Or if you're watching this on BitChute, my BitChute channel's name is Comic Freak. Robert Downey Jr. returning to M.C.U. in movie that makes no sense. Or maybe I should call him Robbie the Robot Robert Downey Jr. because they're going to make him into the hologram of Riri Williams. Apparently they want to reboot Iron Man in the M.C.U. by doing the Riri Williams character in it. Apparently they're not going to use Iron Man's daughter. No, they're going full steam ahead into the M.C.U. and make everything woke and SJW, well, as much as possible. Apparently, the head of Disney, or at least Kevin Feige, because of the success of Captain Marvel, has decided to go fully into the wokeness and bring it full to bear on the MCU. Thus fell the MCU as we get into this article. Though thought to have been his final appearance in the Avengers Endgame, it is being said that Robert Downey Jr. will be returning to the MCU, according to the rumor that Tony Stark, an Iron Man actor, will be returning for Ironheart series on Disney+. It's said Robert Downey Jr. will be providing the voice of the AI for Ironheart, similar to Paul Bettany as Jarvis and Dawn Michelle King as Edith. In Marvel Comics, Ironheart is a young teenage girl named Riri Williams, who actually isn't at all popular with the fans, much like Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, as they are essentially politically correct replacements for the more popular Marvel male characters. Well, an article for once acknowledging the truth. Yes, Riri Williams and Captain Marvel are not popular Marvel characters, even though other news sites will say the opposite and say they are popular. To boot, story-wise, it doesn't make too much sense for Tony Stark to give a young girl his advanced technology, much like arguments made against Tony giving a 15-year-old Peter Parker tech in the MCU, but at least Peter has Spidey powers that can help protect him. The 15-year-old Riri actually steals Iron Man tech to make a suit of her own, with Tony Stark hearing word about it and signing off on the 15-year-old becoming a superhero. Even though she has no real powers of her own, Riri then goes on to team up with Pepper Potts as Rescue. In another move that makes no sense, and she teams up with more irresponsible, goofy Marvel child wannabe superheroes, essentially all wannabe Spider-Man characters. And that is true if you see Miles and Miss Marvel, as well as, Bro Hulk. Oh, God. Don't get me started on Bro Hulk. Robert Downey Jr. and Ironheart makes absolutely zero sense. Why this makes zero sense is because you have an adult, Tony Stark, basically sending a child off to war, something that is illegal, essentially creating a child soldier. It's akin to giving a child a weapon of mass destruction. Wouldn't it make more sense to have Tony take her armor and give it his tech to a responsible adult, or use his tech to shut it down? As a parent of 2 children myself, the article says, would I send them or want to send them off to war, or place them in the middle of a battlefield or a situation where they could potentially die? Of course not! Who comes up with this stuff, writes this stuff, and greenlights this stuff? Well, it's comic books. They make it a habit of putting children in danger and giving them weapons, and that's some of the fun of it. But Riri is the opposite. She is the opposite of fun, and she's basically a villain if you read her origin story. But this guy makes his points, and I'm really enjoying that he is, or has some sense. But it could be that he's actually being paid to write this. Well, you know how news sites are. They thrive off the conflict of these things. But this guy actually seems to be on point. As I said, the Ironheart story is simply awful. The comics don't sell, and this is just another eye-rolling SJW replacement by Disney and Marvel. We actually brought up the child soldier argument in regards to Spider-Man debuting in Civil War, as that too made no sense, and as we saw in the flick, the Russos explained Spider-Man being there as simply helping Iron Man trying to get Cap's shield, as Spidey was told to keep out of the battle, which of course didn't work, but at least the Russos offered an explanation that somewhat resembled sanity. Update. Some people are having a hard time understanding my argument. Ironheart has no powers. Characters like Spider-Man, Human Torch, Iceman, the mutants, etc. had no say in getting their powers. They acquired them. That's a big difference. Ironheart isn't even allowed to drive a car, yet she is allowed to have an Iron Man suit, which is basically a weapon of mass destruction. That's why this makes no sense. It's bad storytelling. Yeah, it is, because it also against everything Tony Stark ever did in his life. He never allowed children to come to harm. Now we come to the article mentioning Ty Simpkins from Iron Man 3. Ty Simpkins becoming the new Iron Man and building his own suit, which was at least somewhat hinted at in the movie, not to mention the young Haley Kenner. Simpkins is now 18, a legal adult who appeared in Avengers Endgame, or because Simpkins is a white dude, he can't be in the MCU, right? Good point. What is the explanation for a 40-something billionaire giving his tech to a 15-year-old girl with zero powers? I suppose in the MCU they could age Riri, which might work. But Simpkins is the more logical choice. Now, the writer did list how he said Kevin Feige and Disney are destroying the MCU in this part of the article. So let's get into it. Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow movie, has a writer that helped with the feminist Captain Marvel and hates comic book movies. Eternals has gender-swapped and is a race-bending various characters. You know, all those characters, they're all part of the same family. Literally part of the same family unit. So why are they race-swapping the characters unless they all should be one color? Loki is said to be about the character becoming an LGBTQ character and a female, among others. Hawkeye sees the character pass the torch to a female character. What If has a female Captain America, a black Star-Lord, among others. Thor Love and Thunder has Natalie Portman playing a female Thor, with Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie looking for a queen of New Asgard. Of course, She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel will also be part of Phase 4. Why bother? You're already going down in flames. Okay, add as many characters and do them as poorly as possible, so when it does hit the ground, it'll be such a terrible impact, it will probably split the mantle of the Earth. This is where the MCU is going, into a giant hole where there is no possible escape. Is Robert Downey Jr. going to be even interested in reprising his role as Tony Stark? Iron Man? He's not even the real Iron Man. It's just a hologram. Not the real Iron Man. You're just going to alienate your viewers if you do this. Because they'll see Tony Stark and he'll be, trying to prop up Riri Williams. And this is going to be on a TV show on Disney+. Do you have enough money to pay Robert Downey Jr. for every episode? This sounds like it's going to just be a money drain that anyone who is actually sane would never do. Because it's stupid and suicidal. And I can't believe Disney is going to put this on their Disney Plus app so that they can hopefully get more people to sign up for their streaming service. This reminds me of what they did on The Simpsons to Apu. How they're going to replace him because they say he's a racist version of an Indian man, even though he owns the Quickie Mart. I'm just bringing this up here because most of these liberal Hollywood types don't know how to be creative. They say they're creative, and this makes it blatantly obvious that they're not. And like what they did to Apu, where they want to take him out of The Simpsons, this is what they're doing with Robert Downey Jr. to try and prop up this bad character of Riri Williams. Is Disney trying to both appeal to the masses by dumbing down the MCU characters to make them more accessible, as well as trying to control those masses by trying to interject agendas and politics into it? And Disney, that's going to fail. And since I'm going to end this video now, I'm going to give you a picture of Puck from Alpha Flight doing something awesome, and these guys have yet to appear in the MCU. So I'll leave it there. If you like this video, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is going around unsubscribing people. So make sure you are subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you have not subscribed, please subscribe to me. Subscribe to me on YouTube at Read Comics They're Bad For You. And then go over to BitChute and subscribe to Comic Freak, my BitChute channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Hit that like button and leave some comments down below. And could you please share this video? Share it on Twitter and share it on Facebook because YouTube is also not promoting their creators' videos anymore. It would really help me if you could please share this video. And keep checking back in future videos for more information on my own upcoming independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'm Chris Williams, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video or review.